Hello and welcome to the start of our Pokemon Sword Nuzlocke. We are here at the character creation menu where all games do start with our good old part 1. I have entered my information. We are good to go ahead and start this game. Honestly, I'm kind of excited to finally go ahead and try out this capture card. Hopefully nothing goes wrong, but we have ourselves the introduction to Galar. I hope that the audio is all nice and fine. For me, it is really loud for whatever reason, so I have turned it down quite considerably. If it does need to be turned back up a notch, I can do that very easily. We are here with Chairman Rose. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon, the classic line. Our beloved Galar region is a wonderful place with thriving nature. I don't know if I'm going to read every sentence throughout this game, but I'll read a little bit, and we'll get into the Nuzlocke rules and all of that stuff after we're done with the good old intro to the region. Beautiful cities and many Pokemon with which we share our lives. As you know, our society is able to thrive, thanks to good old little buddies we call Pokemon. Well, they're before him. Yes, Pokemon are all around us, in the sea, the sky, in our towns, and even in our sewers, eating our sewage. Is it weird? Yes. But does it happen? Also, yes. Don't worry about it. And those of us who choose to raise and train Pokemon to do battle and compete, we call Pokemon trainers. That's us. That's us. We're gonna be one of those. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. The crowd cheers really loudly in my ears. Oh, and I'm getting carried away. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rose, and it is a pleasure to be here. Now turn your gaze to the Galar region's greatest Pokemon trainer, your undefeated champion. It's time for Champion Leon's exhibition match. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty lights. Bam. Appearance. Shock. Awe. Style. Bam. All of the above. There he is. Look at the Charizard. We're gonna see a lot of Charizard. Is everyone ready to see a lot of Charizard through this game? They're ready to see a lot of Charizard through this game, for sure. They're cheering real loud. Exhibition or not, Leon, your pristine record ends today. Charizard, Dynamax. We get to see the gimmick in action. The gimmick that will make or break this Nuzlocke for sure. If we can get a good Dynamax off, and we can get some boosts, and all of that goes well, our Nuzlocke will go great. If we don't, our Nuzlocke will be scary. But Pokemon Sword, we are here ready to go ahead and give this a go. Look at the beautiful Wulu. Look at the beautiful Wulu. So while we are going through this little intro, let me start off by going over the Nuzlocke rules. I will probably put them on text on the screen as well, but just for anyone that does not know what a Nuzlocke is, hasn't played one themselves, and does maybe just need a refresher or something like that, a Nuzlocke is basically just increasing the difficulty of the game by the following rules. First of all, if your Pokemon faints at any point, no matter what, it is considered to be dead. It is no longer a usable Pokemon. You cannot use it, you have to put it in the box, or release it. Releasing is also an option. That Pokemon can no longer be used ever again. Personally, I like to put them in a box, just so we can go back sort of over them at the end of the game, look at the Pokemon that helped us get through the game, or if we get completely wrecked and completely lose the Nuzlocke, we can look at the failures that made us lose. Either or. Win-win. Rule number 2. You can only capture the first Pokemon that you encounter per route. I know that Hop is talking. Hop will be talking a lot throughout this game, and to be honest, it's not the most important things that he says. So, rule number 2, only capture the first Pokemon that you find on each route. Say this whole house was considered a route. It isn't, but this Munchlax would be the only thing that I could capture. I am going to slightly increase the difficulty of this a little bit, because there is a couple of places. For example, there is an area called the Wild Area, where there is a whole bunch of different subsections. We are counting that whole wild area as one encounter. Only one. Alright? So, one encounter of the wild area, and we are also making sure that we always grab the most random Pokemon possible for that area. So if we come to an area, and there's a bunch of overworld sprites, you see a bunch of Wulu walking around in the grass, we are not going to take any of those Wulu. We are going to go into the grass, we're going to wait for a little exclamation mark to pop up, and we're going to run into that exclamation mark to make sure it is as random as possible. If there is no grass to get an exclamation mark, We can always use fishing, that is always random, and stuff like that. We're always going to try and make it as random as possible. And third, but not least, maybe it is least when I think about it a little bit, nickname all Pokemon to try and form an attachment to them. With those 3 rules, that is the big 3 covered, those are the sort of staple rules of a Nuzlocke. I also like to implement what is known as Shiny Claws, so we can catch Shinies and use Shinies because they're rare and exciting and fun to use. And also I like to implement Species Claws so we don't end up with 19 Woolus as our entire team. Which means basically, if we encounter a Wulu or a Dubwool, and we already have a Wulu or Dubwool, we don't capture the same Pokemon evolution line twice. With all of that said, let's go ahead and get back into the game. Because some things were said, but this is very, very early on. Nothing too crazy is happening. We're watching a Wulu bump into a fence. It's kind of beautiful, actually. Hey, you silly Wulu. I see what you're up to. Don't go using tackle on the fencing. Now you listen. No going past that fence. No. Everyone knows there are scary Pokemon living in the slumbering weald. I don't actually know if we can get an encounter in there super early, but if we can, that would also be good. Because encounters, I don't actually think we're going to end up with too many encounters throughout this game, just because I'm limiting the wild area by such a large margin. Because normally the wild area, I think, is like... I'm just kind of saying a random number, but I think there's probably like 12, maybe more areas in the wild area that would all kind of be classified as a different route, but I am limiting that to 1. Which is going to make things harder. It is really going to limit our potential. It's going to limit the Pokemon that we can have. We're going to need to hope that we get some good Pokemon here and there. Mum, is he here? There you are at last, Hop. Oh, and you've brought along Carlos. Hello, dear. Hi, I'm the little tag-along friend, don't mind me. Yeah, but where's Lee? Have you got him crammed in a cupboard? I could believe it, you know? He's still not here yet, for the 100th time. Honestly, Hop, you must learn some patience. He's probably only just arrived at the station in Wedgehurst. There is also DLC for this game. And while I don't plan on including the DLC in the Nuzlocke, it is an option, I guess. We could technically count the DLC into the Nuzlocke as well, but that would be much, much, much later in the playthrough. We can make that decision at a later point in time. And that's where I'm going. You know, Leah's hopeless with directions. I'll make sure he doesn't get lost on the way. You'd think he would know the way to his own house, though. Like, I'm not good with directions, but I can get back home, you know? Oh, will you? Yes, that's probably for the best. Got to come with, Carlos? You've still never met my big bro, right? Can't miss out on your chance to meet the undefeated champion. I'll wait for you out on the route. Undefeated champion? With his Dynamax Charizard? We're gonna hear that a whole lot. The text in this game... It's weird playing a game that I've already, like, played before. Normally I play a lot of Pokemon fan games, so playing through with, a game that I've played now is kind of strange. It is kind of strange. Some decisions that I make in this game might actually be affected by the fact that I've played through it before. In fact, probably quite a lot of battles will, funnily enough, which will be kind of interesting. I don't want anyone to think that, this Nuzlocke is going to be super easy. I wouldn't describe it as easy. Compared to some of the games we've played in the past, it is easier. However, with the rules of the Nuzlocke and the limiting and the randomization and all of that stuff, it should still be pretty difficult. It should still be pretty difficult. I want to believe that. There he is, the man himself, Leon with his good old Charizard. Hello, Wedgehurst, your champion Leon is back. I promise I'll keep doing my best to deliver the greatest battles for you all to watch. The unbeatable Charizard! There he is, the champion of the region! Like I said, I don't really want to read every single line in this game. There are some parts of the story that are really interesting. The beginning's not the most interesting thing of all time, though. It's a lot of, hyping up Leon with his Charizard. There's a lot of that. There's a whole lot of that. And I'm not a huge fan of it, to be truly honest. But, hello Leon. You must be Carlos, am I right? I've heard loads about you from my little brother. I'm the Galar region's greatest ever Pokemon champion, and a massive Charizard fan, too. If someone wants to keep track of how many times, like, unbeatable champion Charizard, those words are said, then maybe don't. Maybe just don't do that. Come on, Lee, and you, Carlos. I can beat the both of you back home. That Hop, always wanting to be the best, isn't he? With a proper rival of his own, I bet he'd push himself to become something truly special. Rival reveal. Well, everyone, I bid you farewell for today, but don't you fret. I'll always be around to make sure everyone in Galar can have a champion time. Also, I should mention this now before I have like one moment where this becomes an issue. My audio is delayed slightly. All of the audio that you are hearing, I'm hearing like a good 3 or 4 seconds later because for whatever reason the couch card has some latency. So some things are delayed on my end a teeny little bit. Hopefully, shouldn't cause any issues. I don't see why Pokemon, a time-based game, would ever have issues with latency really, but that is happening. Come on, Lee, you promised us a present, so out with it. Brought Carlos and me a Pokemon. You did, didn't you? I know you must have. Right then. The greatest gift from the greatest champion. It's showtime, everyone. It do be time! This is when the game gets exciting. Here we go. Take a good look, you two. Show me. Monkey. Rabbit. Sadness. The free animals of the animal kingdom. The free true. Sobble is so great. It's so great. I do love Sobble. This is going to be our first interesting decision, though. To be honest, the first time I played through Pokemon Shield, back when the games first came out, I chose Sobble because I thought it was funny. Sobble's evolutions are something. Especially the mid-stage evolution. Drizzile is really, really, probably, in my opinion, for anyone who likes it, and gets offended by what I'm about to say, this is just my opinion, it's the ugliest Pokemon in the game. Out of all 900-ish Pokemon, Drizzile is the ugliest Pokemon in the game. Okay? It is horrible. I really don't like it. So I will be perfectly honest, Sobble is not an option in my books anymore. It's out, okay? It's cute in its baby form, but its evolved forms are horrible. Scorbunny is an interesting Pokemon. It's really good. Like, really, really good. Pyro Ball is insane when it becomes a Cinderace. Rabbit form is kind of nice. The evolved forms, again, kind of like Sobble. I don't really like that much. Whereas on the left here, Monkey. Starts off, cute monkey. Evolves, bully monkey. Evolves again, big monkey. Can you really go wrong with monkey? I'm just saying, I don't see how this goes wrong. I think we just take the monkey. I don't really see a downside to taking the monkey. Also, it's the starter I've used the least, because I did use Sobble and I have now used Scorbunny. I've never really used Grookey, so I'm interested in seeing how it actually is in like a leveling up kind of sense. Competitively, Rillaboom's actually pretty good with its hidden ability and stuff. Just through level up and for a casual playthrough, generally the grass type is normally the worst, but I like grass types, so we're going to take the Grookey. We chose Grookey. Do we want to give a nickname? This is the beginning of something. We do want to nickname all of our Pokemon so that we can become attached to them. Obviously, it is a monkey. I kind of want to call it Grub. I kind of like the name Grub. It's kind of a nice name. I like the name Grub. I feel like I could get attached to a Pokemon called Grub. There he is. We're adding Grub to the party. And the Nuzlocke does not begin until we get Pokeballs, by the way, for anyone that is curious about that. Realistically, the first fight isn't super difficult, like in the old Gen 1 games, for example, where your rival could very easily wreck you. Instead, in this game, you generally win. So I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but the Nuzlocke technically doesn't start until we get Pokeballs. As soon as they're in our pocket, everything is go, Pokemon can faint and be dead forever, catch your first Pokemon, all that stuff. That all begins. Until then, we're kind of just chilling. I'm pretty sure we get Pokeballs pretty early, so it shouldn't be too long, but, you know, just feel like I should cover that. I bet you will be Hop. That's why I brought along these Pokemon for you and Carlos, so the two of you can battle and train and grow stronger together to try to reach me. Scorbunny just looks so lost, just like, guys, I exist, you know? I know I've got the bandage on my nose because I trip and fall over a lot, but my clumsiness, it can be cute, I swear. And you'll come with me. Charizard will show you the ropes. He's strict, but real strong and real kind too. This does mean I've chosen the Grass-type star into a champion that's probably going to have 2 fully evolved Fire types. So that's a little bit scary, but that's, you know, that's a good bit away, right? Here's hoping things we get some different encounters before that, but, you know, that is something I've just realized I've done. Alright, enough of this trainer nonsense for one night. Dinner's ready, children. Bring along your Pokemon and let's all eat. Oh, that's loud. Oh, that's burning my ears. The sound of that barbecue is burning my ears, and also making me weirdly hungry. It does make me kinda hungry. I do kinda want food now. Thankfully, I have a Pokemon called Grub that I can just eat. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna eat our Grookey. The next day, spent the whole night with that new partner of yours, right, Hop? You two getting on alright? Understanding one another? Maybe even built up a bit of love? Plus I have Lee. Wallace made fast friends with his Grookey too. Sure did, as a monkey. You can always befriend a monkey. And listen up, new trainers. Believe in yourself and your Pokemon. If you trust in one another and carry on battling side by side long enough, then someday, you might even become worthy rivals for me, the unbeatable champion. That phrase, it's overdone. What are you looking at him for, Lee? I'm the one who'll be coming to challenge you. If you think Carlos might be able to challenge you, then I guess he's my first rival. But I'm not planning to lose to him and miss out on my chance to beat the unbeatable champion. Stop. Hop, Lee, stop, please. Just having a Pokemon with you doesn't make you a real trainer, you know? Proper trainers raise their Pokemon up to be first rate in battle too. I did put a webcam on, by the way, and I don't know how much it's going to cover. I don't think it's going to cover the moves. It might cover the PP amount on the side, but we should always be able to see the move I'm selecting, and we should technically be able to see if I'm selecting bag or run and stuff like that, because there is a big arrow next to them, meaning I think my camera shouldn't be intrusive. If it is intrusive at any point, I guess I can move it, but I think I've placed it in a point where it should be fine. Obviously the game wasn't designed to have this kind of plonked on top of it, so they do kind of use the corners a lot. We'll see if we maybe want to place it somewhere else though. Oh, and you think you're worthy of calling yourself such a proper trainer already, Hop? Guess I'll be the judge of that. Let's see how you handle yourself in a battle against your friend, if he's up for it. Can I actually click no? I've never tried. What do you say? Willing and ready to take Hop on in the first ever battle of your life? I've never clicked no. I'm very curious. I'm gonna click no. And how about I give you a spot of advice? You don't want to go getting so caught up in things you've forgot everything you've accomplished till now. Take a moment to jot down what you've done in order to save a record of your progress. Okay, I really wondered where that was going for a second there. That did confuse me. Okay. So I just speak to you again and then... Okay, so you can still do the battle. I was just curious what happened if you clicked no. Believe in your partner Pokemon and care for them too with all your heart. Do those two things and I'm certain you'll learn to choose the moves that suit your Pokemon. And more importantly, have a champion time battling with them. Looks like everyone's on board, Pokemon and trainers alike, then let's do this. I've watched every match that Lee's ever had. Read every book, I've done everything. He's got the massive brain strategies. I do love this music. I can actually like get my hands up and dance because I don't have to have my hands on like a keyboard or anything like that. Instead I have like the Switch controllers. Let's go. I can jam. Send out Wulu. It's kind of unfair that he has 2 Pokemon. Just gonna put that out there, you know? Well, I guess it's time to take a look at our Pokemon, huh? Look at you with your 2 Pokemon. Cheating already, Hop. I see how it is. Let's take a look at our Grookey, shall we? Let's have a little bit of a look. We have ourselves a gentle nature. It's not my favorite nature. Not my favorite. Lowered defense plus special defense. It's not my favorite. I don't really like the defense swap natures at all. But at least we don't have lowered attack. Our speed is still decent. That's nice. That is nice. Overall, nature could be better though. We'll have to make it work for sure. In terms of what I'm covering the bag. You can kind of see the arrow that points to the 3rd slot. I'm covering the run button. That's not really too big of an issue. As for the moves, I'm covering the PP, but I mean, we have 35 PP on Scratch, 40 on Growl. We're realistically not covering anything important, I don't think, which is nice, meaning we can just go ahead and start this off with a Scratch. Look at this. Bop, clawed, absolutely slashing through its face. And if I remember correctly, we should be able to take out this Wulu and level up, giving us a little bit of an advantage. We can even see Lee just chilling back there, just staring over everything as the rock statue that he is. We've got a windmill turning in the background. The whole, like, background dynamic is pretty nice. Level 6. +0 in defense. Not my favorite thing to read. You know, defenses are nice in a Nuzlocke. I'll be honest, defenses are really nice. It's not over yet. I've added another trusty ally to my team. Sadness. The true ally. But yeah, we can see Branch Poke. Even with some of the longer named names, it looks like we'll be able to see them just fine. If I do need to move myself up or something like that, I guess I can, but we should be fine. We can poke him with a branch. Look at this damage. Incredible damage. Did you already know about type advantages? Sure did, buddy. Been playing this game for way too long. Way too long. Pound. Doesn't quite take us into overgrow range, but regardless, we're going to take out the Sobble. We're going to win our first victory. We don't have Pokeballs yet, so even if we did somehow miraculously manage to get crit 5 times in a row, we would technically still be alive and well, but that's very, very unlikely. You eat my 2 Pokemon of your 1? You and that Grookey are too much. Sure am. I have a monkey. I can't be defeated. Well, that was a shock. Guess I now know why Lee thought he should give you a Pokemon too. You and your Pokemon all fought hard. We're going to get all nice and healed up. And we're going to become Hop's good old rival. Also, to join gyms in this game, you have to be endorsed by someone. So, let's try and join the good old gym challenge, shall we? You think you're ready for the single greatest competition in the Galar region? Sure do. Not putting the cart before the Rapidash there, little brother. If that's really what you want to do, you do have a whole lot you need to learn about Pokemon. Especially your friend Carlos. Excuse me? Excuse me? Did I not just win? Before you think about getting gym badges, best to think about getting a Pokedex. Trainer's Pokedex helps them learn lots of things about the Pokemon out there. Yeah, we don't really need a Pokedex for a Nuzlocke. We're not going to be catching very many Pokemon. It's not really relevant for us, sadly. What is relevant for us is trying to go ahead and grab ourselves some Pokeballs. Crash. Carlos, did you hear that just now? I sure did. The little Wulu that could. He's off. The gate's open, and the Wulu that was there. The Wulu is free. Do not trap him. He is no longer constrained by your man-made structures. He is the true Wulu, the one that will go and evolve. The Wulu has decided. This off limits. Nobody's supposed to go in there. Too late. Wulu has gone. We can't stop him now. We must leave him be. Right. No one wants to get in trouble, least of all me. But deep down, you want to save that Pokemon too, don't you? I don't even get to say no. I never try and say no on my first time playing through a game. It's kind of fun to click no. I mean, it's an illusion of choice. You don't actually get to click no, because it's a Pokemon game and it's a very linear storyline. But it's fun to click it. That Wulu. Where do you think it got off to? Probably somewhere forwards. Log is really coming on thick now. If you don't find that Pokemon soon, this might be trouble. Let's go find ourselves a Wulu then, shall we? For example, this is not our encounter because we don't have Pokeballs yet. Obviously, we can't catch this. No point in having an encounter when you don't have Pokeballs, meaning this is just ordinary Squav at level 2. Plus, I think this is always guaranteed to be the same Pokemon the first time you come through here. I think it's always guaranteed to be a Squavit. Could be wrong on that. Maybe it could also be a Rookidee, but for the most part, pretty much always guaranteed to be the same thing. If we do see any overworld sprites, that'll give me a chance to kind of clarify what I mean about random encounters compared to overworld encounters. I kind of learned from Pokemon Bushido that we played very recently about how strong picking and choosing encounters with overworld sprites can really be, even if I did kind of think they were static encounters. It doesn't seem like we're going to see any overworld sprites, though, sadly. If we can get lucky and get a Rookity, though, that would be really, really good. In terms of Pokemon that I want on my team, Corviknight is very, very tippity-tippity top of that list, because it is real dang good. So, we'll see how that goes. For now, though, we're just going to waddle on through as we hear the roars of Pokemon crying and all of that stuff. As we get another... I believe these are all just forced encounters, right? I don't think any of these are actually random. But generally, that exclamation mark popping up when you're running around in the grass will mean a random encounter in the future, which is what we're really looking for our encounters. And when I say I'm trying to really grab the most random encounter for each area possible, I really mean it. Like, if there's genuinely not a way that I can get a random encounter... I don't know if there is going to be a place that I can't get a random encounter. We'll see when it comes to it, but I will still try and find a way to make it random. If I have to put a blindfold on myself and run around in a circle in-game with a blindfold on myself to get a random encounter, I will do it. Okay? We're making things as random as possible. Come on, Carlos, that Wulu might be in real trouble. We continue. First episode might be a little bit longer as we go ahead, and I really want to just try and get the intro as much time as possible. Once we get booted out of here, I suppose we can wrap things up for the first episode. But for right now, show me the legend. This is mad. I can't even see my own hand in front of my face. I think I get now why this place is off limits. And then there was silence. Hi. Hey, buddy. How you doing? What in the... Stare. Menacingly. This... question mark appeared. We are here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna growl at it, intimidate him, make sure that this opposing Pokemon really knows who's the boss, because we are the strongest monkey of all time. It's just gonna stare at us because obviously it doesn't really know what to do when faced with such a just intimidating presence. Obviously the best way to deal with it after that is growl at it again. You know, we've started to shake some fear into it, but now we've got to like really get it deep in its heart and make sure that it's terrified of us. So he's going to try and put up a defensive barrier to try and stop us from getting near it, because it's that afraid of us. Grookey, with the stick in hand, actually one of the strongest Pokemon of all time. So clearly the next thing that we need to do is growl at it again, because if we go too quickly and we try and throw our branch poke at it, it'll run away. It'll just be gone. So we have to growl at it. It's going to get very defensive, and as you can see, the Grookey has now protected us. As the screen goes bright white and I get absolutely flashbanged by my monitor. Oh my god. The fight's kind of dumb. The fight's kind of dumb. I have some fun with it though. It's kind of fun. As we awaken in the middle of the forest. Hey, that's me. Oh no, I'm staring at myself from the outside. I can see myself in third person. Am I a spirit? Have I died? Pop, Carlos. That's us. Hey. What, Lee? How do you manage to find your way here? Your pants with directions. You always get lost. Pants with directions. I know this region's based on the UK, but there's every now and again, it just... It's too accurate. I'd love to pretend and say, yeah, it's nothing like the UK, but honestly, it's too accurate to the UK at some moments. Oh, that's nice to hear from the little brother who had me worried sick. I've been waiting ages for you two, and you never showed. Of course, I came looking for the both of you. Wait, where's the Wulu? We were trying to rescue that Wulu. Bam! Wulu rescued. Mission achieved. The little chap's just fine. Though all of you had fainted by the time I found you here. You know this place is out of bounds. We fainted? Good thing we don't have Pokeballs yet, or else, heck, I think we'd be dead, considering the Nuzlocke rules. It took courage to come in here all the same, and I can understand well enough why you did it. You did good, Hop. At least that Wulu's alright. Yeah, Carlos? I thought we'd had it when that weird fog started rolling in and the mad Pokemon attacked. But at least it wasn't all for nothing. The good old legendary boy. We're gonna skip through the rest of this because all he's really saying is, hey, it's time for us to leave. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. Don't forget to tell your mum we're off to Wedge House now. You'll go spare if you leave without a word. I don't entirely know what that means. There's some things in here that I don't know, and I'm from the region this is based on, which is weird. Even worse than Lee just did. Well, I do believe we are going to go ahead and wrap things up right after we speak to you. Good old Garuki. Well, now isn't Garuki just a sweetheart? And yes, I heard the news from young Leon. I'm glad someone bothered to tell me. I'm here to say that now. Okay, don't be rude. Off to Wedgehurst, are you? Here we are, a bit of pocket money for your journey. Buy yourself a little something at the Pokemon Center. Maybe some potions or something. I probably will buy some potions. Remember that Garuki will battle to the very end for you. This is a little bit too accurate considering this is a Nuzlocke. What she's saying is very true. So don't you go pushing the poor deer too hard. And you, Garuki, look after my little Carlos. Come home to rest any time that you need. After all, east or west, home is best. Okay, I do believe that this is where we're going to wrap up this first episode of our Pokemon Sword Nuzlocke. There is a little bit of a beefy intro to this game. So all we've done so far is get ourselves our Garuki. But next episode, we will grab ourselves our first encounters and all of that stuff, grab ourselves our Pokedex, and continue onwards. So if you guys have enjoyed this first episode of this new playthrough, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, bye!